suspicion that Shelley the killer was in our midst. The case had taken a turn we could have never predicted. This night ordered that the door to the presidential plane be opened, and the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. When the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard. No president in sight. Now where could he be? Who knows? Forgot what voice I gave him. Ah, so he's hiding behind the bulkhead door of it, I see. Courageous in the face of danger as ever. Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin? As we already established, my interest lies only in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, you would be so kind as to examine the body. Alright, my only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. So the attempted assassination of the President has become the murder of a bodyguard. Not that I need it, but yes. Oh, really? You mean you're going to solve the case for me? Or not? I will provide vital assistance. Yes, it will be too. It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble our backup, so I'll need to draw this part of the investigation out for as long as possible. 2 gas masks, in case of a poison gas attack, I suppose. The President certainly seems to think he's at risk of assassination at all times. Oh, from a fellow thief, hopefully. No, from the German ninja. Princess Murasaki. And time to tune out. I'd say myself a brain cell or two. You're the one who normally talks about that shit. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. These personal safety alarms are very colourful. Looks like they get a lot of use as well. Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for his own personal use. Plenty of hands wouldn't be enough to count the number of objections after that objection. Yes, to protect him from the bullets. Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest. As you can see, in fact, there is a bullet in there. Do you know his steal a glance? Another security plan. Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can. Precisely. Wait, something feels off. Spectator area should be cleared at all times. Nope. Same after another stage area. Something different, to be sure of it. What could it mean? Time to put my powers of deduction to work. Wait. I wonder. It's the way round.
Eureka!
No. So maybe I have to click on one of them before doing it. Lead rook, second rook.
Eureka!
The two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point? Yeah, we made some last minute changes yesterday. President orders. Why the urgency? Because of what happened the day before. The killer had tried to take him down. He infiltrated the security detail, posed as one of us. Look, figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd all have been out of a job. But he made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. Rook put the bullet in it for good measure too. You were the first one I overpowered, were you not? Shut up, kid. Now I get it. Your neck has barely begun to heal, and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed. It's you! Busted up my neck so bad I can't even look to my right. I was somewhat astonished to have sustained an injury at all. Testament to Mr. Rook's skill, who was truly a master of his craft. Unlike a certain other scum-like name. Just as good as he ever was. You were a pawn to his queen, my young friend. What the heck do you know? So that's why you remembered Mr. Rook's name. You admired his skills as a bodyguard. Indeed. While I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives, but his in particular stayed with me. It joined a very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me. So, that's the connection he's talking about. And that's why we changed up the security plan. To be sure there weren't any more assassins in the ranks. The president didn't want anybody on stage he didn't trust, and he only trusts two people. Me and Rook. How does that explain your change of position? I told you, I can't send my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. A curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression staring straight at me. Don't even think about it. Oh, I wasn't making anything this way. I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet. Ah, I see. So he's standing in the shop door. Strongly advise you not to pull it. Do so, and you'll regret it. You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer. Oh yeah, there is. Right, shield. Next with the canary in a cage. Just a second, something. Partner in crime. Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases. Wait, this one isn't actually for that, is it? Stay at the garage. That's not quite right. Need to reconsider the information at hand. A bullet hole! The bullet seems to have entered just under his armpit and went clean through his body. He was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover. Like it's on purpose or something. The cause of death would appear to be lost blood. Attempts were made to stanch it, but to no avail. Sadly, it was too little. Trap door connected to the lever on that curious figure. Don't even think about it. I wouldn't dream of thinking of ways of thinking. Might I suggest you keep your monologues internal? It's a bulletproof attache case. Bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There was some in Kay's photograph too. Looks like Rook and Knight each have one. You can hardly see the photo at a public event, Kay. I take it snatch is your new favorite word. The victim, Mr. Sebastian Rook, bodyguard to the President of Jingfa. Okay, it's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in the mouth. I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place. So the victim was also carrying a rope. We should check to see if we managed to fire any rounds off. Honor and no other signs of the weapons having been used. Was this one unknown from Jim Carton? Yep, it sure was. We're always issued with the same model of gun. It's a bank of monitors displaying camera feeds from in and around the plane. I'll scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. What on earth is this? Oh, that is the President's favorite plushie. It's a memento of... something. Anyway, don't touch it. But if that's the case, then why has it been... Certainly wouldn't be the first place I'd think to display a beloved item. Wait, are those shards of glass under it? Well, something seems strange about this cubby hole, but now that I'm sure of it, there's almost certainly no monitor here. This monitor is displaying a feed of this very room. I'm afraid I can't quite tell much. Oh, my bad. I just usually get lines, you know, info. You're quite finished. Just, you're quite finished. These monitors are displaying the cockpit and parts of the plane's exterior. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. What, you didn't notice the one in the middle? That's the outside of the plane. That's the outside of the plane. Most intruders cannot hope to approach without being spotted. But such measures would be mere child's play in my case. Of course, with ease. Okay, you do realize who you're talking to, don't you? Fortunately for you, I'm not the type to take on understudies. Shame? What way exactly? Okay, save. Wait, did... the body... Two bullets were fired in total. We know this because two shots were heard. One travelled via the flag into the balloon, the other took Mr. Rook's life. And indeed, the numbers don't add up. However, there is one possible explanation. There is, after passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life and then found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, two of our bullets were in fact one. He's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse. And he wasn't injured at all by the impact. Even obstructed by the vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage. We have known guys who got broken bones. But the president's okay. He's made of strong stuff. Let's not get carried away here. I want the bullet's ballistic markers analyzed. Remember those again? Guns leave a unique pattern of grooves on every bullet they fire. By examining these grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them as things. Might be easier said than done. That bullet hit solid armor. The impact will have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky if there's anything left for forensics to find. The two guns are exactly the same, meaning it's likely that the one we found is also from Jennifer. Yes. No, I don't believe so. This model isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, but it's certainly not impossible either. Yes, it is something of a shame. I only meant to point out that if the guns were rarer, it would be much easier to trace them. Which would have made them treasures of the evidence variety, I suppose. He certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden. That's quite enough for investigating for now. What is taking so long, Detective Gumshoe? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case? No, not yet. Is that so? And perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you to do so. Another witness? Most important witness of all, the man on the other side of that door. He really intends to have me question the President. Now if you'd be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop fighting at the killer. You're nuts if you think I'd let them anywhere near you. Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you're watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request that you show yourself. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life. Well then, if nothing else, we now know what kind of a man you really are. Mr. President, stop, you can't do this. Let's all just calm down, alright? Come on, detective, where the blazes are you? The lights, what's happening? Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, I'd advise you to stay very still. Things will not be granted my audience with the President after all. Even Mr. Knight's life is my bargaining chip. No, stop! No. Okay, you won't get away with this, killer. I've seen enough, and now I know the truth. Now, are you ready to go? I leave the rest in your capable hands, Miss Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. Sir, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Must have been knocked unconscious. Sorry, okay? Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth. Never mind me, he didn't hurt you, did he? Okay. Detective, did you manage to stop the killer? Well, see, Miss Floyd came running out of the plane and she told us he'd blown the coop. We're too late, I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something too. Seems there's an inflatable boat missing from by the window. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake. What about the cordon around the park? Called everyone back in to stake out the plane, including the guys stationed across the water. No, so he's completely slipped through our fingers. Not the best look for the department yet. Hey, Edgeworth! Mr. Knight, he's alive. Get no thanks for that murder. Oh, that reminds me. Found this line on the ground next to this Edgeworth. A calling card marked with a seashell. Because you wanted to leave a message. The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims. But you're not dead, sir. But I could have been. Maybe that's the message. Can't stop thinking about his parting words. You've seen enough, and now I know the truth. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Miss Edgeworth. And now I know the truth. Truth about what? Roger that, door clear out there, sir. Over. What's going on? That was the President. He's coming out. Now? So he's the President of Jingfa, Mr. Dijun Wang. And you are? It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I am Dijun Wang. Your efforts on behalf of Jingfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis. You must be referring to the Yatagarasu case. Thank you, sir, but all I did was serve a few local cases of murder. You're too humble. I have been observing your investigation. You're an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth, even if the killer did get away. It's very kind of you to say. So he was watching your security feed. Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes. What do you mean? Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say this only once. Knight has apprised me of the state of affairs. From this point forward, the case will be handled by handled by Zhang Fa's police, the finest in the world. Even with the killer out of the picture, still looking to get me thrown off the case. What do you think you're doing, pal? No one talks to Mr. Edgefield. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would have... Detective... Forgive him, Mr. President, but I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why his case falls within Zhang Fa's jurisdiction. You fail to see? Enough, puny prosecutor. You seek explanations from a head of state? I say no. 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane. I'd do as he says if I were you, Edgeworth. It's contrary to the end of the line, and if... Case evidence handed to Mr. Knight. Why let us come so far and to pull the case out from under us? Now you may leave. Knight, detain us. Yes, sir. To make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants, the effrontery, the villainy. Shut your mouth, Miss Justice. Answer me this, and the world already allows you lies, the deception of son iniquity. And we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished. I say no, 1,000 times no. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. He's hiding something, I'm certain of it. Anyone stop talking, you've got that detail. I leave now, we'll never know the truth. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, there's gotta be something we can do. Think files, remember? How many times we've faced situations like this in the courtroom? Confronted the lies of witnesses and encountered the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid at your feet? No. But you always got to the truth of the situation in the end. Your greatest weapon of all, your words. Now, let us analyze the state of play. Recall him, puny prosecutor, or do you dare defy the direct order of the president? God, my voice is constantly changing. I'm trying to think of the best one for him. He's not going to listen. He seems to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. As he said himself, he's a head of state. Seasoned politician, he won't open himself up to attack so easily. Explain to me why. Could you at least explain to me why I am off the case? Imbecile! Cease your insolence and gabbling. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own, and they are none of your concern. Most racist action ever. I want to take this any further. I need clues. Please, about to... Do I give you permission to speak? No, 1,000 times no. Bad time. I'm the leader of Zhang Fa. I have no time for your insolent facts. Simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police. I do! Now enough of your pointless questions. Good boy. The interior of this plane is the sovereign territory of Zhang Fa. You have no rights there. That's could it be out of our current location itself is significant somehow? Keep that in mind. Be a useful clue. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off this? Perhaps it's time to inform my clue. In the course of our conversation, I've deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location. You smarmy smart aleck. As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zhengfa. And from that we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here, okay? No, cease your objectionable whining. We have nothing else to say, and stop wasting my time and get out of my sight. Yes, such a thing as biting my time too much. You can rant and roar all you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. Sure, extraterritoriality applies. Your laws mean nothing here. And why does that matter, you ask? Matters because it means you're powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here. Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? This next move will show you the sign of the victor. Maybe the president, but nobody is untouchable. Just have to find the right angle of attack. You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove that? Do you even understand what you're asking? Of course, I didn't. I won't ask it. Have you no shame, putting into question the good word of one such as myself? You needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. Having Miss Lloyd, the woman who is being wrongfully accused of this crime. This is... Don't you mean this is Sparta? You've overplayed your... Surely you can see that you have overplayed your hand. Nobody asked for your opinion. You need only obey me, nothing else. You dare tell me how to govern, how to lead? You dare contradict me? Doesn't matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt. Yes, I do. No, she's guilty. She's the culprit. There is nothing left to debate. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There is no viable suspect. Fascinating. She's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane. This would be a vital clue. You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it? Time to apply my clue. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality on the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit, and the detainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified. Checkmate. That fucking This Is Sparta reference out. I trust you won't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President. I hereby officially and unreservedly confirm my approval. Consider it a gesture of the magnanimity and generosity for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble acts such as these, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby... There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts... People of Zhengfa, I swear to you here and now, this investigation will continue. Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence. Take it. You sure did. And now the investigation can continue. Whatever, enjoy your pocket full of balls. We all very enjoy how you put them into play. You will definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor, if you'd be so kind. What is it? Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself? God, that's the most fucking stereotypical accent I've done. Apologies. Now you want me to testify? Whoa, that's your next move? You want the president to testify, you'll have to take him to court. All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. The person of interest, if he is cooperate in the investigative stage of the process, we are obliged to provide detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so. What's the matter? Is that something you'd rather we didn't know? Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor says. Thank you for your cooperation. Now listen, and listen well. Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, look, a knight jumped in front of me. Then, bang! A shot rang out, and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. Not hesitating for an instant. God damn it! That feeling when you try and put on a voice, but then when you hear it, it sounds completely fucking racist. Not hesitating for an instant, my bodyguards tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second time, the bullet went right through the roof and lodged itself in the bulletproof vest I was wearing. Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Luke was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. My guess is that there's something behind all this that isn't made public. And the President's the only one who knows the truth, isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once and for all. And how would you describe the incident exactly? Oh, you naive little man. Do you really think your silly, simple question will suit?
Objection!
You say it was a plain red balloon at first, but I strongly beg to differ. Take a look at this. I think you'd agree that it's hardly a plane, would you? No! What? Who is that? Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai. I have hoped you might recognize him, especially if you're hoping to ingratiate yourself with... God, didn't realize that. I'm pretty sure I'll have conversation today. Ingratiate yourself with people in this meeting. So, you see, the balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but a plane. It was, in fact, of the Steel Samurai. But the briefing mentioned 2 plain red balloons. You do look pretty plain. Oh wait, you do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple round balloons. Knight, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. There's no voice to give him, so I'll just give him the judge voice. My attempt at putting on a foreign accent made me cringe, so I'm just giving him the judge voice. Yes, Mr. President. It seems the Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute. Borrowed? That's what we were told. As only reported the incident to us bodyguard. Seems there was a little trouble here on the site last night. One of the original balloons. Yeah, one of the stall holders happened to have it. From what I hear, he was more than willing to lend it out. A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Happy-go-lucky store holder is still somewhere willing to spare. They filled just the bottom part of it to make it look like the other ornamental. So while it was a Steel Samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above water. That long and short of it. Knight, why was I not informed of this? Sorry, sir, we didn't think it was a pressing issue. And indeed, you saw it newly different, correct? Yes, I suppose so. Could you really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon. Of course! What's that outburst for? Now remember, I could barely see the balloon. You couldn't see it? That's right. The wind was blowing too hard. The flags to the sides of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view. View? It's blocking my view. Is that so? Yes, those 2 flags. They were being blown back towards me. There would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident. You have to blow flags in just such a fashion. Without completing any rain. For our understanding the case. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction. It has? Yes, a contradiction that would turn this entire case on its head. When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. The wind had previously been blowing the flags as the fixture of the experiments. Certain things of evidence soon takes on a very different meaning. The bullet trajectory.
Take that!
Earlier, we did use the bullet that struck the Steel Samurai balloon. and the bullets that passed through the flag were one and the same. From these two things, we further deduced the trajectory that the bullet must have taken. And we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. If the flags are blowing as the president describes, our conclusion becomes quite different. Exactly, our trajectory changes completely. If we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot. Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean... Yes, I know, we may not yet understand the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it.
Take that!
The person who fired that shot was none other than you, right? What? The path from the balloon back through the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing. But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons? This is absurd! What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, the man who saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin? Seriously, Edward, we put up with a lot of you. This? We're President Wang's bodyguards, with the pieces put on the board to protect the key. I'll handle this, Knight. Sorry. Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech, but the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, if not. Therefore, I need proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flag during that crucial moment. Anyway, I can do it without being so typically racist. First shot was fired right around the time Prim raised his fist. The piece I released shows just now. Perhaps it can also show us what's happening with the flag in between.
Take that!
Oh yeah, the code was ridiculous.
Take that!
If it was in this picture, I think. This should be good. Which picture? Where? You can see which way the flag is really blowing right here.
Take that!
Well, do you deny that clearly shows the flag? There we have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting. So that means that pal over there did shoot the balloon? Mr. Knight is not the assassin. Is the assassin. Nope, not the assassin. Mr. Knight is not the assassin. We have shot the balloon and the president from the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't really make his boss. Yeah, besides, why would they even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? And what's your answer? Or might aim for something else there. There was a point, I'm sure of it. We can figure out what it was, perhaps we can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Knight's definitely shot the balloon. In fact, the balloon changes everything about the case. Why did Knight's assigned position change? I told you I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side, so I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. Is that the only reason? Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed, and Knight had remained frozen on the map. Knowing that he wasn't able to turn his head to the right, would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping on the balloons? Suppose that to be the case. Two plans are different. The security detail reorganized at some point. Yeah, we had made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders. That's right. The president was the one who ordered the change. If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting. Which means he must have foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. If that's true, and everything else has been borrowing holes neatly in place. How did a shooter get a gun past such heavy security? Why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? Why did the president suffer no injuries at all, despite a direct hit to his vest? These are questions the Knight and the president don't want us to consider. Idiot, you don't understand what you're saying? Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. First of all, I understand why you're so keen to take this investigation on my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden. How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some sort of sick joke? No, it's no joke, I assure you. It's simply the truth, as revealed by this careful application. By the careful application of logic and reasoning, nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with a specific intention of hitting the balloon. Sound of gunfire, and the person with the balloon was guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again. Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. So why he did so is because the second shot was designed to create an impression that the president had been hit. To bet that bullet was planted there long before shooting ever occurred. That's not true! I was shot, I tell you! We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Explosion, correct? But you said it yourself! You found the shooter in a photograph! The person with that proof! I thought I made it to myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight. Tomatoes haven't been bullets. It was simply one part of that plan. When they placed the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin. I have yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president. That's right, I was. After returning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes. That's making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. And then, when the gun and the security plan were later found in the trash, it all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could bank in thin air. Then the case would have gone cold. Exactly what our friends here were hoping for. Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself. What the No, The presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it? The chief prosecutor insisted on assigning you. How could I let this happen?
Objection!
That's enough, Edgeworth. Mr. Norrie. Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now. Yeah, well, I'm doing my part. Well, I'm doing my job as a knight and protecting my people. So go ahead, keep running your mouth. Perhaps it would be better if we stopped threatening each other with words. No, I don't need this leadership. I'll write my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands? An excellent point. Time for my countermeasure, I suppose. But there's certainly something that allows you to conceal your actions. Why didn't Knight use to hide his actions from the crowd?
Take that!
Nope.
Take that!
Nope.
Take that! Take that!
My Itachi case? Yes, and take a look at Kay's photograph. Your right hand is completely obscured by Case. But I remember this picture was taken when you found your gun in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection!
You don't like letting facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edward? Then you don't seem to have noticed. Notice what? That theory is all you have. Conjectures, nothing more. The flag was below in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hit my gun in that case. I changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation. Circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it. At least had the bullet that burst the balloon, he might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine, he could have run forensics to see if it had matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You gonna go dredge it up? I hate to say it, but he's right. Don't have anything concrete. Thought not. Maybe now you can shut it. Miss Lloyd. Of course, you could shed some light on the situation. Just need to get a call. What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Jones? That's what I thought. Miss Lloyd, I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are a journalist, after all, are you not? You understand what you're doing, right? I'd think carefully before bringing out my videos. What is it? You stupid! I thought I told you. You squeak, and you could turn as an accomplice. But what about the gun in the trash can? Thank you. Thank you to testify to that effect in this case, trial. I want to go a long way towards proving that the assassination is a sham. What's wrong with you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you? My sympathies, Mr. Knight. You successfully removed me from this case as you'd intended. Perhaps then you could have kept your pawn quiet. What a day! I said no such thing! President Wang? Give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice. So, Mr. Edgeworth, so, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt? I do. I'm sorry. But why? Why do you something like that? My popularity has been on the wane back home. Oh, surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I need. I know what we did was wrong, so yeah, I wish all ice, all of it. And the bullet in the vest? I planned it ahead of time. I wasn't here by any means today. But then, what's with the kill? Our plan got out somehow, and then he just appeared now about from turning a fake assassination into a real one. Hence the right brain code, I suppose. Hope to get him close enough as a fake assassin to finish the job. There is one thing I don't understand at all. Oh? What would that be? Why did it work out to die? If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real? That's true, and therein lies the real question. You was a fine bodyguard, the best in fact. He may not have been a native of Zhengba, but he was someone I could fully trust. Sounds like it was just worried that the president. I am the US, huh? I believe that's for me to say, Detective. Not you. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too, correct? I wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. I tried to involve him, but he refused. You would have done so well to listen to him. Oh. It is a tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted. What's so great about him anyway? What's gotten into him? It was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more. Mr. Knight, how could you? Who was it that actually went along with your plan? Mr. President? Well, let's pay your coward back down when you needed him to step up the most. I value your support too, of course, but look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. And now that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are going to change. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team. We're all well aware of your ambitions, Knight, but doesn't this seem a little impudent to you? Why? My plan was this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they will always will be. That's quite a statement, especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure. Yeah, no thanks to you and that buffoon Rook. And how exactly was Mr. Rook's fault? If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me, and I wouldn't have had to let you on this place. Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that. Fine, the guy died protecting him, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted. Did he die protecting the president? Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake? Oh, come on. Do I have to say everything twice? You planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edward. One of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. Oh, really? And who did fire it? The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the president for a knife. No, the most likely suspect there is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. A lady white queen over there. Miss Lloyd? But is that really true? I for one don't believe it. The gun in the trash can. It can only belong to you. As soon as I shot that bullet, I rushed over to help Rook escort the president back onto the plane. I left Rook here in this room while I secured the president in the safe. Oh yeah, what voice are giving the president now? Miss Journalist must have shot Rook when we were escorting the president off stage. That single killer shot was fired by the gun you found in the trash can. So you don't actually know when the victim was struck by the bullet, do you? The knight doesn't protect the Rook. He protects the king. When I translate, he means that his only concern was protecting the president. Lose the king and you lose the game. Isn't that the first rule of chess? What a win in which a key piece is sacrificed is a whole victory indeed. Doesn't matter, see the victory. I kept the president safe, I win. Well, it's a bit early to be calling a little match in any case. Well, this is where our battle really begins. First door!
Objection! Objection!
So you contend that it was you who shot the balloon and Miss Lloyd who shot Mr. Rook. Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. While what you've proposed would indeed match up with the total number of shots fired, the gun from the trash can itself has also been fired. Now, why would the supposed number of shots fired from this gun differ from the number of spent rounds? Simply because it was planted by the real perpetrator at the time. Yes, and if you think about it, no reason for doing so is obvious. I'm sure that whoever found the gun would conclude that the shooter had been in the spectator area. In order to do that, they had to make it seem as if both shots had come from this one weapon. Precisely, as you've already proven, the bullets that burst the balloon came from different. It makes it entirely possible that the bullet which killed Mr. Rook didn't come from this gun either. Nice work, Edgeworth. That's some high-grade sleuthing. But why don't you get to the point? You've come this far. Speed it down. Oh, I intend to. Don't worry. The person who really shot Mr. Rook
Take that!
You, Mr. Knight, you're the one who murdered Mr. Rook. Oh, finally got up the courage to see. Surely not, surely you wouldn't have... It wasn't only the killer who tried to take advantage of the state murder plot. He killed Mr. Rook, hoping that he would look like an accidental victim of the bungled assassination. When the president knocked away in the safe room and the door of the airplane tightly closed, it was just you and Mr. Rook alone together. And that was when the third bullet was fired. Right into your colleague's body. Wait, you're really going to claim there's a third one now? You just said only 2 gunshots were. Well, tell me how that works. Airplane cabins are practically soundproof, Mr. Knight. You close the door, nothing can be heard from the outside. Not even gunfire. Very true, it means you may have heard the shot himself. Well, Mr. President? I didn't anything. But you can observe this from your security feed, can you not? The camera in this room isn't familiar. I have to manually switch it on when I enter the safe. And that's what you did this time too, right? Well, that is... What's gone into him? Mr. President, this is vitally important. Please, President Wang. Fine, I was busy hiding under the bed, covering my nose. Yes, because I hate the sound of guns. Just the slightest thing of that awesome noise. Oh, it's just too much, too much. I think I overdid a bit now. Purging power's phone, so it was... And that was the first accent which came to mind. Mr. Knight, you saw that President Wang was cowering beneath the bed. And what's more, you knew from the monitor bank that the security camera for this room hadn't been switched on. Which means you knew that the circumstances were perfect for you to fire a third shot straight at Mr. Rook. Knight, how could you really have betrayed my trust so horribly? You think I killed the old half-wit? You don't trust me, no? This is the thanks I get for putting my life on the line for you day after day. I want to believe you, but... I don't get it. I just don't get it. What is there to doubt you? What, you don't believe that the girl over there could have done it? No, because this gun isn't a murder weapon. We know this from the number of bullets fired. Yeah, well, how do you know that wasn't a spent bullet from the start? What? Someone could have fired a bullet from that gun yesterday or the day before. Then today, another bullet. The bullet that hit Rook. It's pure speculation, pal, and you know it. Maybe, but can you prove it's not true? Not with any certainty, no. You're nothing without conclusive proof, so come on. A single piece of evidence straight through my heart. I dare you. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm so glad he's when he dies in the next one. Conclusive proof. I need to prove that Knight's gun is a murder weapon. Wait, perhaps I can. He had the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, and Alex could tell us which gun it was fired from. No proof, no case. End conversation. Hold it right now. What now? You're not about to claim you do have proof. Of course I do. This ought to be good. Alright, finito. Show me this proof. The bullet that killed Mr. Rook is the key to any little game. Very well, a conclusive evidence is not in my possession. Alright then, thanks for playing folks, but that's game over. However, it is game time. As we know, the bullet that killed Mr. Rook passed through his body. But where did it end its journey? Perhaps we should cast our minds back to an earlier conversation. But now, of course, we know that the so-called assassination attempt was a complete fabrication. The rest was prepared in advance, made to look as if it had been hit by a bullet. Which begs the question, where's the real bullet? I like it, that twist. This is good stuff, Edgeworth. Come on then, don't keep us in suspense. So the only evidence points to where the bullet that killed Mr. Rook might have ended up.
Take that!
No, that is not the doctor.
Take that!
There's something very clearly missing from this room. Yes, a prosecutor with some common sense. Take a look at the bank of security monitors. Oh! I see you've caught on, Mr. President. Splendid. There's screens here showing views from all around this airplane, inside and out. On the external angle not covered is the right-hand side of the aircraft. That's because one of the monitors is missing. There was a monitor in that space previously, wasn't there, Mr. President? There was. I have no idea what my policy is doing there now, though. Appears to be someone's vain attempt, however, is obviously lacking. But where did it go and why? The why is easy enough to answer because it was struck by a bullet. If you were to believe that the bullet in the vest was the real deal, anything that hinted on the existence of another bullet had been removed. Mr. President, extraterritoriality, remember? I have no objection to the search. Please, go ahead. If it will help us to find what happened, I will not stand in your way. What are you? I don't believe this. Look this, look that. Don't you ever think about anybody else? The search has been authorized, Detective, if you wouldn't mind. Sir, I found the monitor. Excellent work. Now go ahead and extract the bullets. Let's see, if I put my hand in here and just... Come on, come on, come on. Got it. Well, would you look at that? Blood. This is the bullet that killed Mr. Brooks, there's no doubt about it. And there you have it, Mr. Knight. A single piece of evidence requested, straight from your heart. Even you must now admit, if this bullet didn't come from spectator area gun, then Mr. Lloyd cannot be Mr. Brooks' killer. What? No pithy comeback? Detective, have forensics analyze the bullets for striations and compare them to a gun found. Yes, sir, we'll get the evidence you need. You can count on it. Alright, let's hear what forensics has to say. Our findings are as follows, sir. Firstly, the blood on the bullet is indeed not of the victim, proving that it was the bullet that killed Mr. Rook. Secondly, we found Mr. Knight's fingerprints on the gun. story from when I handed all the evidence to him. Now for the key part, the associations. They're not a match, and Miss Lloyd is in the clear. What? How could that be? What's the matter? You didn't think you had me backed into a corner, did you? Because you misread the board. Because the only one backed into a corner is you. Oh no, there's the rest. So pull the trigger. Couldn't have been me. I was up on stage with his little friend.
Objection!
Intuition, So, she could be right. Simply didn't believe Miss Lloyd to be a malicious liar, which means... Somebody believes that evidence is everything in court. The irony is not lost on me, but... The gun. Something untoward is going on here. It would have to involve the weapon, not the bullet. Oh, we only just recovered the bullet a little while ago. Furthermore, we knew that Mr. Knight had an opportunity to handle the gun. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from this plane. That was he said if I were you, Indeed, he had ample opportunity. There's no doubt that this gun is the weapon that was used in the crime, which means it must belong to...
Take that!
The gun belongs to Mr. Knight. Switch them around. That has to be it. Admit it, you switched the guns, didn't you, Mr. Knight? That's why the markings matched the weapon in question. It was yours all along. An intriguing move there, Edgewood. And? You must have made the switch when I handed over the evidence. I was busy trying to make a case, remaining on the investigation. You took the laser sight from the gun we found in the trash can. Put it on your own. And then, not long afterwards, you handed that gun back to me instead of the one we found. I did, though. You think I somehow knew you'd find, let alone run forensics on that bullet sometime in the future? Is that so strange? You're a chess player, after all. And well used to thinking... several moves ahead. I'm flattered, but much as it pains me to admit it, you overestimated my abilities. Besides, do you even have any proof that I made this move? Also, take a look in the cylinder. Those spent bullets, just what we'd expect to see. What proof do you have that I switched the original gun out for mine, None, that's what. You say I'm overestimating your abilities? You surprise me. Yeah, I beg to differ. I don't see a chessboard here, do you? I don't think I'll be the one making excuses, rather. I didn't mess up, and they just got lucky with the evidence. Will be your excuse, I imagine.
Objection!
I have your proof right here. That's your proof? I think you've been working too hard, Edgeworth. On the gun itself, the evidence it carries. Evidence that will prove once and for all that it does in fact belong to you. Looking forward to this. Go ahead, make the move. What's about to go into play? The rook? The bishop? Not a pawn, surely. The evidence you're going to provide takes the form of... finger. Bullet mark. No, fingerprints. Namely your fingerprints.
Objection!
My prints? Of course my prints. You handed it right to me when you gave us the evidence. How could they not? What if I told you there were prints on a part of the gun that you shouldn't have touched at any time? What the? Where? You can't prove it. The trigger. Here, look closely at this cylinder, detective. Two birds, what are the things we're looking for, sir? You did indeed switch your guns when I handed you the evidence. If that's what you had done, your deception would have been easily detected. But the number of bullets fired by each gun was different. Officer, where exactly were Mr. Knight's fingerprints found? The ones you mentioned in your report. Not sure they could have gotten them just from me and the evidence, Mr. Knight. And there we have it. Proof that you did indeed switch the guns. This gun, the one which fired the bullet that killed Mr. Rook, is yours, and in taking his life, you are a true assassin. Checkmate. I was going to be no chief of security. That blasted book, if it hadn't been for him, I would have been in charge by now. I would have been out of control of the whole team. The plan was perfect. The fake assassination was supposed to be flawless. Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir. Of course you are, Drop. Our game isn't over yet. I'm afraid this is as far as we go for today. The next moves we play will be in the courtroom. Life's not fair. Do it. I've somehow regained all the muscle mass I lost. I just had my body reconstructed. Mr. Edgeworth, I owe you a debt of gratitude. You exposed a murder within the ranks of my own personal guard. I will not soon forget that. He's suddenly very presidential again, now that we are back outside the plane. I saw it, you know, when I first proposed a fake assassination to him. You want me to handle it, not Rook? Rook refused, but I can rely on you, can't I? Of course, sir. You can count on me. I'll put together a plan that can't possibly fail. And he'll play his part like the boss he is. The hatred in his eyes was plain to see. He despised poor Rook. I was not entirely comfortable about moving forward with Knight in charge of our little deception. Looking back, I think he sensed my discomfort. Can't help thinking I played a part in his decision to end his life. Mr. President, none of this would have happened if you hadn't plotted to fake him in life. That was your crime, and it's a crime you'll have to live with. You're right. I can only apologize for the part I played. I will no doubt be made to pay for my actions in one way or another. But I thank you nonetheless. You solved the riddle of Rook's demise, and for that I shall be eternally grateful. I'll be here in your country for a little while longer yet. But when I have returned home, perhaps you will visit us in Zhengfa. You will always be welcome. Miss Lloyd, the accusation of murder made against you was of course entirely groundless. The fact remains that you were a willing participant in the staged assassination. The police will no doubt wish to speak to you about the matter. You should be aware that you may well be punished for your actions. I understand your desire for a scoop, but there are limits. He suddenly doesn't stay down for long. No comment. As well I should be. This case is not over yet. It isn't? How come, sir? Because until we unravel the story behind this, the case will never be completely over.
Take that!
Mr. the Killer has yet to complete his assignment. You mean he might still try to murder the president? If I'm wrong, but if I'm not, this could all blow up into something more sinister yet. As one would expect from the attempted assassination of the president, the case was all over the news. My preparations for Mr. Knight's trial were constantly interrupted by requests from the press. There wasn't a person in the land who didn't know about the case. Everybody was talking about it. But in the midst of the frenzy that followed, nobody noticed that this was only the first move in a game far bigger than any of us could have imagined.